Hey there, Ian here, and thank you for tuning in to my channel once again, where I review a whiskey that I've never tried before, and that would be Blanton's Single Barrel. And before I get started talking about this, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of my viewers out there and those of you who subscribe to my channel. Not many yet, but hopefully I can pick up some subscribers. So please subscribe below if you have a chance. And okay, so once again, the purpose of this tasting is that I will be trying this here that I've never had before. And, you know, I've been drinking whiskey and bourbon for the last, I guess, say about 20 something years. And, you know, I've kind of grown to like the taste of bourbon, and or as my friend calls it, liquid cardboard. I know for those of you who enjoy bourbon and whiskey, you might be offended by that comment, but that's kind of where I got my start. And actually this channel here is kind of aimed at that kind of person who is just starting off and not knowing really much about whiskeys and bourbons, and kind of taking a beginner's approach as to what to try and what to look for in these kind of spirits. So hopefully you enjoy it, and if you don't, then sorry. But yeah, this is my channel, so I do what I want. Okay, so first of all, what is a bourbon? Okay, so as you say, all bourbons are whiskeys, but not all whiskeys are bourbons. And to make it a bourbon, it has to be an American-made product, and most likely made in Kentucky, even though not 100% of them are, but most bourbons are produced in Kentucky. Also, it has to be 51%, at least 51% corn as a grain. And also rye is also included, but it's not the main component of most bourbons. But this bourbon, this single barrel Blanton, is actually what's considered a high rye product. I'm not going to go into really the specifics about what makes Blantons because you can find so many videos out there for what is Blantons. You know, it has a really big really deep backstory from who Albert Blanton is to how it was created and where it's selected and all that stuff. So yeah, you can click on any of the videos about Blantons and find out all the specifics about that. So I'm not going to go into what is Blantons. But what I do want to point out is that this Blanton's, if you notice, for those of you who drink Blanton's, it's actually a little different. Okay, first of all, the label is black. Okay, it's not your typical white label Blanton's, and this, along with the red label, is what's available here in Japan. And from what I learned is that you can't get these black and red labels back in America. Also, this guy, and I didn't do my research before I bought this, so I just picked up this guy off the shelf. I saw this box here, so the Blanton Single Barrel, and I didn't know anything really what I was buying, so I just picked it up. But little did I know that this is actually the special reserve, which means that it's, if you can see it here, it's a lower alcohol at 80 proof than the higher proof, the 46% alcohol version of the red label, which is similar to the Blanton's that's available back in the United States. I know it's kind of confusing. Once again, there's videos on that, so go check those out if my explanation has confused you. Okay, so what I love about Blanton's, it kind of has all this information about when the whiskey was dumped and what rick and what barrel and all of that stuff and everything, this information. It's all written by hand, by the way, so that makes it kind of unique. Also, it has these toppers here, and of course, once again, one of the famous things about Blanton's is the top. Once you can check out a video about that. I'm not going to get really into that, even though I do have the L. Those you can see, I don't know if you can see really well, but I have the L of the Blanton's here. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy another 7 bottles or so to complete the set. But yeah, well, I have the L. And it comes with this nice little topper that's a collectible. And also, as you can see here, it's wax sealed. So as you can see, I've never opened it, and I will be opening it for the first time and getting my very first taste of Blanton's. And this one was suggested by my friend Raul, who is another whiskey drinker that I know. And he suggested that this is probably, and he said that this is one of his favorites. So yeah, I'll see if I like this one as well. Okay, so let's open it up. And I should have tried to do this before, but well, hopefully I can open this bottle without messing it up. So, okay, here it goes. No, that didn't work. Oh, there we go. Okay. Wow. Okay, well, that came off. Not quite as easy as I thought, but it came off. Okay, so let's uncork this Blanton's here. Oh, I better put that down. I don't want to spill it. Oh, there's the cork. Came out nice and clean. Okay. All right, and let's pour this guy out here. Wow. Okay, so this guy is about the same cost as I bought the what was that I reviewed? Oh, the Owl whiskey. I just forgot. It was 1 week ago, so I kind of forgot what whiskey I was reviewed. So it was about the same price. So the price point was about $45 or so US. And so I guess some people thought it was cheap, but I guess because this is the lower proof version, it's not that cheap, because I actually went and found the red label, which is, like I said, the Japanese version of the Blanton single barrel that you find back in the States. And that one ran for 80 bucks, Hasen yen. So I guess kind of expensive on the pricier side than I could get it back home. But from what I understand, Blanton's is quite hard to find. So I guess you're paying a premium for it. So anyway, so here's the Blanton's single barrel bourbon. First of all, on the nose, wow. Okay, that's very fruity. Oh, very similar to the Scotch, the Yamazaki single malt that I love. I better stop comparing everything to that. People get sick of that, huh? But anyway, wow. Very nice, very fruity compared to other bourbons that I've had. But then again, you know, I've only tried the real cheap stuff like Jack Daniels and Jim Beam. So I guess you can't really compare this to that. So anyway. Okay. I'm getting a lot of fruit. The alcohol, not very much alcohol actually. Expected a lot stronger aroma, but no, it's very, very easy to, smells very easy to drink. But we'll see if it actually is. All right, let's give it a taste. Wow. That was great. That is not what I expected from a bourbon. Once again, you know, I'm not really a bourbon drinker. I'm more of a Scotch and malt whiskey drinker. So my experience with bourbon is not very refined, I guess you can say. You know, like I said, I've only had the cheap stuff, the kind of under $20 bourbons. So this is kind of the first, I guess you can say, premium bourbon that I've actually tried. And that is impressive. Wow. Very fruity, that the nose kind of carries through to the flavor. It's, you know, sometimes when you, like, I think when I reviewed the Owl whiskey last week, the nose was quite different from the palate. Whereas I got a lot of smoke and Scotch on the palate, and I had on the other hand, I had a lot of fruit notes and flowery notes on the nose. But with this one, really stays true to it. So what you smell is what you get. Wow. And also, I guess it's 80 proof, so maybe not so strong, or comparably to what the red label Blantons is. But yeah, it doesn't really burn. You know, you would normally when I have scotch or some kind of whiskey, there's a real warm feeling that I get, but this one doesn't get it. It's just really clean and wow, it just kind of goes on real easy. Wow, that is really good. But I guess, you know, being that I'm not a bourbon guy, you know, I guess this is a good way to start with this 80 proof, and maybe I can work my way up to the higher, what is it, what was that, 80, is that 90, 93? My math escapes me again. Anyway, so the higher proof later on, but yeah, this one's a really good one. Actually, it's a good place to start for those of you who are not really bourbon drinkers. It's maybe a little pricey for those of you getting started, but definitely one that will not scare you away from bourbon. This was good. Okay, so that was my tasting. I hope you guys liked it. And if you did, please like the video. And if you didn't, please unlike the video. But if you do unlike the video, please do me a favor and leave a comment as to what you think I could do better, other than the quality, because you know I know I can't really do much about that. You know, I just got my camera, hit record, and bang, you know. But yeah, you know, if you have any comments or anything else you want me to try, please leave in the comments below. Okay, so until next time, if there is a next time, thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.